Good evening, Mr. Mayor, members of the City Council. My name is Prabhu. Today I'd like to present my opinion on the proposed stadium at Warm Springs. As we all know, the A's would like to come to town to profit from proximity to Silicon Valley and San Jose, not to benefit us. If you look past the promotions and the projections, one thing should be crystal clear. This move is bad for Fremont. It will destroy established communities and schools, bringing crime and chaos, drugs and drug addiction, drunk driving, traffic congestion and pollution, blight and reduced property values to all of Fremont, while lining the pockets of special interests and their backers. Just look at Oakland. City management has indicated its preference for Warm Springs through its actions and inactions. You claim to have an open mind and want to look at data before deciding. It just takes sound judgment, not data, to decide that locating an alcohol-serving, crime-increasing, traffic-multiplying stadium in close proximity to an established, productive community and an award-winning elementary school is a bad idea. Data can be cherry-picked and manipulated to push any special interest agenda. Just say no to Warm Springs. I'd suggest the following alternative. Develop Warm Springs with mixed-use office retail. Get Whole Foods or somewhat similar to anchor a complex, bring in offices, high-end retail, restaurants, creating permanent jobs, increasing tax receipts, promoting community growth. Developers will benefit also. Restudy and renegotiate Pacific Commons. It does not have most of the negatives of Warm Springs, being away from established communities and schools, and also restricting traffic to the 880 corridor alone, away from residential areas. Run BOT to Pac Common shuttles. Get the A's to back up economic projections with revenue share and equity stake in real estate at zero cost to Fremont if projections fail to materialize. Then consult us, the citizens, through a ballot measure and decide if you want to go with Pac Commons. It's a joint decision between city management and the citizens. Be for our citizens, community, children, and schools, not for crime, congestion, chaos, and special interests. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Tony Pang. Can we get those lights working? There we go. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Good evening, Mr. Mayor, members of the City Council. My name is Tony Pang. I'm a Fremont resident for over 25 years. I come before you to voice my opposition of having the A Stadium in Fremont. I do not believe the proposed stadium will bring economic benefits to Fremont. According to the Brookings Institution, a new sports facility has an extremely small, perhaps even negative effect on overall economic activity and employment. No recent facility appears to have earned anything approaching a reasonable return on investment. Mr. Ignacio De La Fonte, a City Council member who also serves on the Oakland-Alameda County Coliseum Authority Boards of Directors, suggests that Oakland might even benefit if the Oakland's A's moved. Quote, to be candid, we make more money in one Rolling Stone concert than the A's make in a whole year, end quotes, De La Fonte said. Coliseum officials say that the city and county make virtually nothing on the team. I went to one of the Oakland's A's information meeting for the Waibel area. Mr. Kifu, in his presentation, pitched that the Texas Rangers Stadium has done a lot of good to the city of Arlington. In reality, the Arlington economy grew more slowly than surrounding communities over the last 10 years, and promised retail development around the stadium failed to materialize. Asked how much tax revenue the city received from the stadium, Arlington Mayor Robert Clark replied, "I can't really tell you," before adding, "It's a source of pride. It's a hefty price to pay." The Oakland A's will be creating only part-time jobs for ball game, concessions, parking attendants, and ushers with minimum wage and no health benefits. What Fremont needs is more high tech companies that will provide much more attractive prospects. Furthermore, there are other adverse impacts that the stadium will bring, namely draining our already limited city resources, noise, and horrendous traffic jam on 880 and 680. Many people have spoken on this, and I will not elaborate on it further. I and others have been stigmatized as resistant to change by opposing the A's stadiums in these small group A's information meeting. To me, that's absurd. I am bringing change, but only for the better. Thank you for listening.
Thank you. Vinnie Bacon.
Thank you, Mayor, members of the council. My name is Vinnie Bacon, and I'm speaking on behalf of the Fremont Citizens Network. Last week, Mayor Wasserman noted that people should withhold judgment on the A's until we see the results of the EIR. But Mayor Wasserman has already made comments indicating that he is in favor of the A's. We've also gotten indication from other council members that they are in favor of this project. There's been talk that this is a done deal that is definitely going to happen. We don't have a problem with people expressing their opinions about the A's. We would actually like to know exactly where all of our council members stand on this matter. One can have an opinion right now and change their mind later if evidence warrants it. But if the council does want to pursue this project, we would argue that the burden of proof is on you to demonstrate that this would be good for the city and that this is something that the people in Fremont want. In that vein, there are two things that we would like to see from the city before this project is seriously considered. First, we would like to see an independent economic analysis. The analysis that was done by the A's was biased, it was flawed, and it's obviously out of date since it was done before the current economic downturn. We want an independent analysis that looks at the capability of a ballpark to bring business into Fremont. We found research conducted by several renowned economists which shows that ballparks are poor economic generators. We haven't found sound research arguing the opposing point of view. We also want an analysis that will objectively look at all the direct and indirect costs that a ballpark would bring to the city. This includes the increased cost of police protection outside of the ballpark and the effect that this would have on our school funding. Secondly, we would like this issue brought to a vote of the people. This is the largest land use decision ever in our city's history. It would irrevocably change the nature of Fremont. We believe that the city should be absolutely sure that this is what the people of Fremont actually want. So far, the only poll that has been done was one that was conducted by the A's. I was personally called as part of this poll. I remember the pollster mentioning the jobs that the project would bring. But they didn't mention that most of these jobs would be temporary construction jobs or that the permanent jobs would have an average salary of $26,000. If our city officials are going to cite values from this poll, then the entire poll should be released, including all the questions that were asked and the results of all the questions. Cherry-picking the results that work to your favor is deceitful. We believe that the people of Fremont deserve the right to make this decision on the project. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.